Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. We have done it for Season 16. We have hit the Legend rank in the Go Battle League, and this is the team that helped me push over the finish line. Finish line. Shadow, Alolan, Ninetales, Registeel, and Swampert. Now, pretty meta team. Shadow, Alolan, Ninetales has fallen out of the meta a bit, but the other two, of course, are quite meta. And I, as a content creator, know for some reason people really don't like Swampert and Registeel. Those are like the Pokemon I hear the comments the most often. Registeel takes no skill. Swampert takes no skill. I would beg to differ. I feel like they actually take more skill because they're more charge move oriented with their pacing as opposed to Pokemon that are more fast move oriented. So agree to disagree on that. But this is the team that got us over the finish line. I'm going to show you two sets here that really set us up well to hit Legend. And full disclosure, the final 5-0 set that got me over the hump to hit Legend, we had several paid actors. That's not like a real term. If you've never heard that before, that's like a Twitch slang for people that like try to be the center of attention for 15 seconds on my stream. And then they run like a spicy hard counter line like Carnivine and Go Lurk in the back, and then they top left. So not the most climactic way to hit Legend, but we did set ourselves up with some really nice games in these couple sets I'm showing you here. So I do recommend this team. If you guys are new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, comment down below. All comments are appreciated, and subscribe as well. I think I already said that. Like the video is probably what I meant to say. But as you see here, as we get into analyzing these battles, Swampert is in a really good spot here, up a shield. And one cool thing about this team, and one reason I decided to run it, is because I was seeing a lot of Steelix in my elo range, and Steelix really has nowhere to go against this team. Yeah, it has some play against these Pokemon, but all these Pokemon I would consider to have favorable matchups against Steelix. So Swampert's going to knock it out here. And Medicham going to have to eat a Hydro Cannon here. We'll get a farm down, but we still have a shield to hide behind. And we have energy on our Alolan Ninetales. We've got that Dazzling Gleam banked. That's going to be a G to the G. But yeah, one really nice thing about this team is all three Pokemon have play against Steelix and have favorable matchups against Steelix. True Athlete's the next opponent. And there you have it, another Shadow Steelix. This is kind of the anti-Steelix team. And whenever you see Shadow Steelix in the lead, you should be cognizant that there's a chance they're running a common line of Steelix, Medicham, and then another anti-flyer in the back, whether that's Bastiodon or Carbink. But we're willing to stay in here. We're going to significantly outpace the Steelix before it can threaten us with a non-breaking swipe move. We're going to just respect this Earthquake. Steelix is only going to get off one move here anyway. They come in with a Basti, so I'm going to safe swap my Swampert, force it out of there, and lure out this Medicham. And we've pretty much already won the game. Like, I don't want to speak too soon, but if I was to stay in there, things would be quite difficult. By luring out the Medicham, I still have a healthy Alolan Ninetales to clean this Medicham up if need be. And then I've got my Registeel aligned with the Bastiodon in back. Psychic goes through. That's totally fine with me. I'm not even going to bother waiting out my switch timer because I just want to come in here with Ninetales and get rid of this Medicham. Weather Ball comes through. It connects. And now that Bastiodon is by himself, Registeel comes in. Opponent knows it's over. And that's a pretty simple G to the G. G to the G trainer. Looks like we're queuing up right away into the next game. And some of you might have seen when we do hit well, I won't spoil it. It's not like the title or what I've already said has spoiled it, but if we do hit Legend, there's a chance we actually predict the exact elo we hit, and it's a pretty funny clip. So maybe I'll just add that clip onto the end of this video. But I already posted that clip separately as its own little short video. So let me know in the comments if you're a regular viewer of the channel, especially, or a new viewer, that's cool too. If you enjoy the short little clips from Twitch or prefer like the full length videos. I get a lot of people that tell me like they like to watch my videos before they go to sleep. I take it as a compliment. Not that you don't find it entertaining, but that you find it soothing. We lose the charge move priority here against Pelly. So I undercharge to give myself an extra Powder Snow. What's going to come in to greet our A9? It's going to be a Swampert, and this is rough. This team is weak to Swampert in the back, especially if you're down shields or energy. So this is not a great-looking situation. I hard swap because I feel like if I allow a Mud Shot down on my Ninetales, we are in a very bad spot. Take the Hydro on the chin. Get off my Hydro. I assume he's going to shield because he's up quite a few Mud Shots here. He senses that his Swampert is a problem for us. This was kind of weird here. It looked like CMP, but it wasn't apparently. Because as you see, when I throw, he sneaks one in. So yeah, kind of a weird sequence there. Maybe he waited a turn, and that's why it looked weird. Yeah, that must have been what happened. In comes Medi, and we are going to get off a Hydro. So I'm like, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. I don't switch because I don't want to switch lock myself. I come in with Reggie. I'm hoping he doesn't have Dynamic Punch. There's no Dynamic Punch. Okay, so maybe this is still possible. And I'm like, well, if I just take him out, there's no way I'm going to be able to outpace the Swampert. So I actually go for the Focus Blast, hoping I can like lock on down here. But I think he's going to be able to pivot out after I do this. Going for the lock on down. Don't quite get it. I go for the catch. He doesn't fall for it. Nice patience. And he's going to be able to take us out here in the end game. Hydro Cannon connects. Knocks out Reginald Steel. Reggie, steal yo girl. And that's a good game. Ninetales versus Lantern Toughly. This is Ashish. He's a terrific battler. Funny guy. We safe swap Reggie. We're met by Medi. Not ideal. Go for the Zap Cannon. Hoping for a debuff. Also hoping he's not running Dynamic Punch, which has become more and more popular. It's arguably like the more popular move of choice now for Medicham from what I've seen. But here's another Psychic variant. That's good for us. We're going to be able to either win the zeros here or grab a shield advantage, which is really what we're hoping for. Zap Cannon coming through. Grabs a shield. We get both debuffs. Ashish gets a little bit concerned that we might reach the Focus Blast. It would have come down to the mechanic, I think, there, whether we get that off. So he plays it safe. He's double debuffed, so I'm willing to take the Psychic on the chin. Doesn't do too much thanks to our debuff. So the debuff's really helping us out here because I'm going to get a full Powder Snow down and still fairly enough health to be threatening. Going for the Dazzling Gleam. This does a lot to Lantern. Puts it near Hydro Cannon range. And there's a Buzzwole in the back. Now this is awkward, right? This is awkward because he shields the first. We know we're probably going to get debuffed here with a Lunge, which isn't ideal. I'm going to have to land 2 Hydros here. Lantern has some energy. But luckily, I don't think Lantern has too much energy. Maybe like 3 Sparks or so. 3 Jordan Sparks. How am I supposed to breathe with no air? Take a couple of counters. Get off my Hydro Cannon here. It does knock out. I'm debuffed. There's no way a Hydro is going to KO. So I bank one. Hope maybe I can chip it enough. And I'm thinking, you know, this Lantern's too healthy. I don't think Hydro is going to be enough. So I think my only win con here is commit to the Earthquake. And we get there. In a pretty nice win here against Ashish. I had a nice little winning streak. I think my first several times playing Ashish. So he used to joke like, oh no, not again. Like, you've got my number. But then he went on a run eventually, and he beat me, I think, several times in a row. But we're able to get him back that time. So we led into Gligar, but one concern with this team is, like, if they safe swap Medi, we don't have an obvious answer. So I'm just going to stay in here with my Ninetales. Swampert is going to be able to do all right against Gligar as well. The concern is we can't afford to lose Switch. We can't have Registeel aligned with Gligar. We got a nice farm down here. What's going to come in? Let's see. Carbink, and I get greedy. I don't actually throw. I come in with Swampert. Now, that was a pretty nice play, in my opinion, because in theory, right, I should align my Registeel with the Carbink, but I just assumed that the Carbink was going to switch out into Gligar once I showed the Swampert, and this way my Swampert gets a head start, and now Swampert will hopefully get to 3 Hydro Cannons here more comfortably, because the Gligar did at least one wing attack before it exited. So if I had come in with Reggie, he swaps Gligar, and then I swap Swampert, there's a chance we get outpaced. But this way, we were able to outpace the Gligar, and now we've got Reggie, Steal Yo Girl, against Carbink, and Carbink does not like that matchup one bit. Registeel loves that matchup, though. And a 4-1 set puts us at 29-15. And here we go into set number 2. All these battles happened yesterday live on streams. If you guys want to see me battle live, interact with me live, feel free to go follow me on Twitch. A9 versus G-Fisk. I catch the Rock Slide, which is kind of nice. You don't see G-Fisk too often anymore. In comes Medi. And Medi throws after 5, which means it's running Power Up Punch, which is pretty brutal. Power Up Punch, much worse, since Medi's able to ramp up here. We go for the Zap Cannon, really hoping for a debuff here, and no debuff. Brutal. Gonna allow this Medicham to fully counter down. Comes out with all this energy, plus attack is boosted. So this looks pretty brutal. I go for the Weather Ball. Unfortunately, this won't quite knock out the Medi, so it actually lives to get off the Psychic, and I'm thinking maybe my only chance is it's like ABA Steel. Only chance, ABA Steel. So I just saved 2 shields for Swampert. And what do you know? In back, it is Tropius. So I don't know if... I mean, G-Fisk Tropius core, like, that used to be a thing. But you do have to be a little bit skeptical when you're live streaming your battles and someone just perfectly hard counters you. Like, it's a little bit fishy. It's a little bit fishy, to say the least. But who knows? I'm not going to draw any accusations. So we aren't unable to win that one. But it's on to the next game. Staying positive. We've still won. We still went 4-1 our last set. So we're going to try and keep it going. Terrific lead. Terrific lead. We didn't get fed up that we got hard counter that one game. We keep it rolling. Farm up a little bit of extra energy. Then come in with my Registeel here against Lickitung. Now, some of you have probably already commented and noticed the IV spreads on these Pokemon are not perhaps accurate. I had so many people asking for my Registeel IVs throughout the stream yesterday, and I'm in a difficult predicament because I compete in a lot of Play Pokemon tournaments, and I don't think people are going to be like specifically gearing towards me in a sense, but if I reveal all my IVs, let's say it's day 2 in a tournament, like, and people have easy access to my public record IVs, it's pretty easy for them to like look at a matrix, plug in my IVs, see what breakpoints or bulk points they might get, and have a little bit of a knowledge advantage in that matchup. So I'm a little bit reluctant to share the IVs of Pokemon that I know I may be using in Play Pokemon tournaments. But we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind on that at some point. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Weather Ball grabs a shield from the Gligar. Move coming through. And it's a good thing we shielded the dig, because if that dig landed, this would have been awfully uncomfortable. We would have been quite low. But now we've got a healthy A9. We're in a good spot. We should be able to outpace the Serperior, of course. I think Serperior threw after 5 there, so I didn't really need to shield. It was an Aerial Ace, but we shielded anyway for whatever reason. This Weather Ball should knock out from this range. Bop. And we're not going to show our third Pokemon. Load management for Swampert, a.k.a. Kawhi Leonard, in this game. And we get the knockout. Let's go. Alola Ninetales, still good. Still good. Probably not quite as good as it once was because of the rise of A-Slash. But I think still a really solid Pokemon. And you could argue with the rise of Gligar now, that's a really dominant matchup for it. It's even better. Lordly Haddock, fellow streamer. I actually didn't realize this was him in the moment. I'm really bad. I think I was kind of locked in, so I was like really bad at seeing who we were playing against, and I was also kind of bad at reading all the Twitch chatters. Because someone posted Copy Pasta, a little winery, and I was so clueless. I like didn't even get it, and I was giving her advice on. I was giving them advice on the question, but it was actually just a Copy Pasta. Earthquake grabs a shield. And just like we saw before, I safe swap the Swampert to lure out the Medicham here. Same exact situation as the Bastiodon we saw in a earlier version of this team. Steelix, Carbink, Medi. This Medi has Pup, which is pretty good for us in this scenario because Swampert's not really too bothered by it. Another advantage of having a regular Swampert as opposed to Shadow Swampert is you're going to oftentimes get some more Hydro Cannons than a Shadow Swampert would. So we actually get to a third Hydro Cannon against this Medi before getting countered down. We grab the second shield. I'm just going to go straight for this Weather Ball. And at this point, we can just save a shield for Reggie. And we are in a great spot. Weather Ball connects, actually knocks out. That probably just enough to knock out. I kind of troll here by banking the Dazzling Gleam. And then go Reggie. And then he top lefts. There we go. Next battle. I think we got 2 more left. 2 more left in the video. By the way, I got this Letterman jacket recently. I've never really had a Letterman jacket before. And I kind of like it. I think it looks stylish. I got like 1 compliment on it at Peoria. I appreciated it. So this is looking pretty rough. We lead A9 into A-Slash. We swap Swampert. We're met by Cresselia. And I'm just thinking, okay, I got to somehow dance around here, pull some shenanigans. Dance around, pull some shenanigans. That's my motto. Go for another Hydro Cannon. It does look like triple Hydro Cannon is enough to knock out Cress. They go for a Grass Knot. Don't try this at home, folks. Going down 2 shields. But we're going to do it here. I go for the Hydro. I kind of lost track of energy, to be honest. I went for a potential catch, and I actually swap Azu into my Reggie, which is good for us. This is a very commanding matchup for Reggie. Even if they have Hydro Pump, since we're ahead energy, we should be fine. I don't get a debuff, which is unfortunate. So now a Hydro Pump will hurt. Bop. Hydro Pump takes out about half our health. I go for a Focus Blast, thinking maybe I can get a lock on down after this. I'm just hoping he doesn't quite reach another Hydro Pump. I'm like, oh no, did I let him get there? Did I mess up? What's this going to be? It's just a play rough. That's huge. That's huge because we're almost out of move. In comes Sandslash. I go for the Zap Cannon. And because the switch timer is up, I can't really aggressively swap. So check out this play here. I'm kind of proud of this. We know Cresselia has a Grass Knot. So what I'm going to do here, I come in Swampert. I don't even tap. I just wait. I just wait for him to switch out, and then I catch. And then again, I get a little bit cheeky here. We're going to eat a Moon. No, another Grass Knot, okay. And I don't take him out quite yet. I want him to get me as low as possible. So I only give Sandslash one move. And Sandslash actually throws energy for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. I do lag a turn there, which is unfortunate. So this allows Sandslash to get off its move first. But Swampert hangs on and gets off the Earthquake. And this should be enough to knock out the Shadow A-Slash. That might be the game of the video. The game of the legend push. Let's go, baby. Nice win there. Final battle of the video. Buzzswole flexing on us. We've seen a fair amount of Buzzwoles lately. Fair amount of Buzzwole. A9. Grabs a shield. Move coming through. I think I try to call a lunge bait here, but nope, I called it wrong. Coming with Swampert. I throw right away, and I'm like, okay, is he going to double shield? He's got lots of energy. So he's actually willing to double shield the Buzzwole. He's debuffed, so I decided to let this go. I figure it might be a lunge. It is. I get off another one. I'm hoping this is enough. Since he's debuffed and I'm debuffed, it kind of hits for neutral. Or not neutral, but you know what I mean. We're debuffed, so we safe swap, and then we're met by Slash. And I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I'm going to shield up. Drill Run would do more than anything Lantern can realistically throw at us. We shield the Drill Run. This is going to obviously knock out the A-Slash. And Reggie up a shield, I mean, should be pretty dang good against Lantern. Plus, we have some energy on Swamp. So Swamp can probably reach an Earthquake if we need that to happen. Lantern does have a big energy advantage. Does land the Thunderbolt before any debuff. We go for Zap Cannon. Get the debuff. And now we're sitting in a pretty good spot. At this point, I'm thinking I'll just probably let it go in Earthquake. But because I CMP, might as well commit the shield. Surf's up, dude. Focus Blast coming through. This is going to be enough to knock out Lant Money. And we get the win. And that back-to-back 4-1 sequence set us up, I think, at about 29.50 something. We go on to back-to-back 3-2s. And then we had a 29.62. And then we had a flurry of people that wanted their 15 seconds of fame and decided to come in and run some obscure teams and then top left, which I don't really enjoy, if I'm being honest, because it's a little bit like patronizing, right? Like you want to hit legend on stream in front of everybody, and it kind of like takes the attention to somebody else, and then it also I don't know, it's like patronizing, right? It's like I like to think of myself as a good battler that's very capable of hitting legend every season, and like for someone to like come in, try to be funny, top left, to almost gift it to you isn't ideal. But I think we got ourselves there with some really nice plays in those sets that we were able to showcase, and whether people wanted to do their own thing and come in with their paid actor sense of humor is something a little bit out of our control. So I do recommend you guys, if you are someone that does that or is in that situation where you do that to be funny, just make sure it's okay with the person, because it's personally not really okay with me. I'm a pretty chill guy, so I'm not going to make a big deal about it. It's not a huge deal. There are more serious things that happen in the world, but I mean, don't stream snipe video game players, right? It's pretty much as easy as that. Don't stream snipe gamers. But all that said, I love all you. Another season in the books, another legend. We're going to still be streaming GBL on a near daily basis during the week. And go follow me over on Twitch there. I'll show the clip of me hitting legend attached at the end of this video. So let's roll that. And afterwards, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Off of my vibes, I'm going to go, let's see, 5-0, 29.75. I'm going to go over under 30.46. I'll do 30.46 will be the cutoff. So over 30.46 as option 1. Option 2, under 30.46. If it's I did it wrong. If it's exactly 30.46, then you can all make fun of me and be like, Rise, legend rescinded. The final set was quite anticlimactic. If it's exactly 30.46, we can all have a laugh, and you guys will get your points refunded. All right, prediction is over. Yeah, that's a good point. As I was explaining the situation, I thought of that because they had a lot of energy. So they would have probably they would have outpaced 2 Sky attacks because we had 1 shield remaining, right? I went over to Sinatra, but one of the previous songs was getting me kind of hyped. Predictions in, over 30-46, under 30-46, the moment of truth. No way! That's the perfect over-under. It's the perfect over-under, dude. This is why I don't gamble, right? I told you earlier in the stream I don't gamble. I don't conduct because I'm just a psychic type. All your points